James, come on, tell me The Notebook, the video game, is not.
Notebook.
It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
You have to build the house before the love runs out.
We love you guys.
Great questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Guys, I genuinely love these movies. Seriously, thank you so much. There's a part of me that wishes that they came out whenever I was a kid, but I'm grateful that they came out when I'm an adult because I get to talk to you guys about it. So seriously, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm going to jump into this. Now that we've seen how great a movie can be when it is adapted from a video game to the big screen, I'd love to know, what is a past project of yours you'd like to go the other way with? What's a movie of yours you would love to play the video game version of?
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Gossip
It
Girl.
could be
the
like
video game.
it could be like not Fortnite, but like one of those Sims, right? I think.
Oh, and like a little bit of a choose your own adventure. Like you have to decide like what you believe
but like
and
you
what you don't
build your
believe.
own world within the Gossip Girl world. You know, like where do you live? Do you live in the buildings, like with the Waldorfs, whatever, Blair Lively's character. I can't say that last name, but Blake Lively's character, or you know, where do you live? Do you live in Brooklyn? You know, with the creepy guy who ended up being Gossip Girl. Like, where do you know what I mean? And then set up your whole world, and then it's like Gossip Girl.
That kind of sounds amazing.
If they take that,
It's your idea.
it's his idea, really.
Yeah, right.
Well, we all deserve some sort of like 10 cents off of every sale. Yeah, exactly right. James, come on, tell me The Notebook, the video game, is not.
Notebook.
It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
You have to build the house before the love runs out.
I like nice house.
Yes, every time you cheat on your husband, you get extra points, I guess.
I've played worse. I've played worse video games, man.
Okay.
You know, I gotta tell you, whenever I was a kid, I was so obsessed with Sonic, and obviously, like a lot of kids, I would pretend to run around and I would play with the toys. I would make up voices and I'd sort of go on adventures. And I would never want to diminish what it takes to be an actor, but I am sort of curious, to what degree, to pull off movies like this, do you kind of have to tap into what we all used to do when we were kids? Is there any degree of being an actor that is just being a kid again?
For sure.
I think that it, like, literally, you have to go back, like, use your imagination a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up too, because I should have stolen that for answers in other interviews. Because like you do when you're there on set and you're trying to imagine a talking hedgehog in front of you to the best of your ability and sell that as reality. It brings me back to when I was a kid. And
playing make-believe.
Having, you were like doing with toys and stuff like that.
No, outside.
I just had imaginary voices in my head.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
If I see other interviews with that answer or a Gossip Girl video game, I'm going to be pissed.
It's your idea again.
It's you.
It's going on the record. It's going on the record. Mr. Marsden, if you'll indulge me one nerdy question. I think one of the most powerful lines of any movie I've seen this year is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine saying, "Scott used to beg me to wear this suit." And as someone who grew up with the X-Men films, the reference to you guys and the idea that there was a Scott out there, there's a Cyclops in the OG comic book costume uniform begging Wolverine to do it, and it never happened. I'm sort of curious if you saw the film, your thoughts is on Hugh in the yellow and blue, and what we have to do to get you in the tight blue with the yellow belt across your chest.
Well, first, I loved that movie, and I thought they nailed it. And seeing Ryan and Hugh together was a real treat. And seeing Hugh in the full-on comic book costume was super cool as well. I'm not sure that Scott begged him to wear the costume. I think in the first movie, I say something like, what would you prefer, yellow spandex or something like that? But yes, it was a little sensationalizing on Wolverine's part there. But it's so cool to see these characters up on screen again, and I know there's a lot of chatter out there. I don't really know anything, but it was a great thing to be a part of, and obviously always a fun thing to don that suit. So yeah, I mean, we'll see.
If I've learned anything about these junkets, everyone always says they don't know anything when they do know things. So I'm gonna remember this conversation.
Actually, you'd be surprised. There's a lot, especially with this stuff.
Understood.
Especially with this stuff, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It feels like the fans know more than I do.
They probably do.
Well, yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Paramount was kind enough to screen Sonic for me on the big screen here in Chicago, and I'm so glad they did because it was just sort of a reminder of why I love these movies and why I love going to the movies. So seriously, I just want to thank you guys for your time. I know you got a busy day, so seriously, thank you.
Very kind of you.
Good to see you guys. We love you guys.
Great questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.